name is Susan Assenzo. I live in Wakefield. I lived here about 39 years. I'm married to my wonderful husband, Dennis, and we have 2 children, Michael and Ashley, and they're both married and they both have children. And I was diagnosed with a spinal schwannoma back in 2018. I went to Dr. Chris and I was having a gallbladder ultrasound done. And in the ultrasound, they noticed a mass on my spine.
So Susan has been a patient of mine probably for the last at least 12 years. My role has been her primary care doc. It's really kind of non-specific, kind of vague belly discomfort, some back discomfort, really non-specific symptoms that we could have easily ignored, but I typically don't see Susan very often, so when she kind of comes to me and starts, voicing some of these concerns, we kind of knew something wasn't quite right. Yeah, so in just looking at the imaging, I knew there was going to be a tumor, and the real question was going to be, is it benign or malignant? And even if it's benign, depending upon its size and what it's impinging upon, we knew we had to make some decisions as to how to get to the bottom of it, as well as how to treat it.
So my name is Susan. I'm a neurosurgeon both at Tufts Medical Center and MelroseWakefield Hospital. Initially, when I reviewed the imaging, I thought it was a benign tumor, but I wanted to prove it.
I was very nervous and scared because I'm thinking, oh, it's on my spine. I mean, that's pretty serious. I mean, if it was cancer, that'd probably go right through you so quickly. It made me think of, my world. My kids, my family, my husband, and at the time my daughter was expecting. I was shaking, When it was benign, I was relieved. I was very happy.
We found out it was a benign tumor like expected. Probably under 1% of people have this type of tumor. But at Tufts Medical Center, we're a tertiary level facility and able to take care of these sort of rare tumors. We followed her for some time, but it ended up growing and compromising her kidney function as well. And for that reason, I involved Dr. Riesenberger, one of my partners here, to do combined surgery to remove the tumor.
So the goal of our healthcare system is to really provide what we call an unmatched care experience for the patient. And I think we did that in Susan's case. It was really seamless. Dr. Safane just basically was able to refer her over to me, and all her medical records were right there for me. That process, which maybe sounds very simple, is in medicine quite often very difficult.
I had a number of MRIs done at Tufts. And Dr. Riesenberger, he suggested for me to have the surgery. I was really apprehensive about it because I never had any kind of surgery, and especially on my spine and the seriousness of it. He kind of reassured me and said, we're going to have the best team of doctors for you. We're going to, everyone's going to clear their schedule. You're going to be the only case that day. And it made me feel better.
The first thing you think about as a surgeon is trying to make the operation as safe as possible. We needed the help of 3 other doctors before we even got to her operation to try to make it safer. In this case, the big problem was that this tumor was growing and causing pressure on her kidney, and also was getting very close to the aorta, which is the largest artery in the body. Myself, Dr. Goodman, Dr. Safane, we all basically came all the way around the tumor 360 degrees, and we were able to take it out.
Susan did excellent. She did quite well after surgery. We thought we got a gross total resection, meaning we removed the entire tumor.
I was a little nervous, apprehensive. I'm like, oh, I hope it didn't grow back, or, because there's always a chance.
I'm not concerned at all. I don't see, there's no tumor regrowth whatsoever.
Good.
So it looks totally stable.
Awesome.
And it looks, 1,000 times better than it did before we did the surgery.
Yeah, right. It didn't grow back. I was so relieved when Dr. Reisenberger said, no, it's fine, your scan was fine. I'm like, thank God.
Doing a lot of community surgeons, I hear as a strife from community primary care doctors, is that really they send the patient into the tertiary care center and they don't know what happened and they're kind of lost. And that's just not the case with hers or any of the other patients that I see.
Tufts has been a great partner and a great ally in regards to not coming out and necessarily competing with us for the care out here in the community, but rather keeping the care locally. I now see her in the office and she feels great, and it's just been like the perfect story, what I would expect.
I was so happy, very grateful that I had the team of doctors that I had, and everyone was so nice, and all the nurses, the staff, everyone was wonderful. So I felt very reassured that both hospitals were working together for my good.